Hi, I'm Mark Summers with Skagit Plumbing, and there's many reasons you would need to call a plumber. If you have water coming out of your walls or pouring out from under your house, if you have sewage coming up in your bathtub, or even your toilet's overflowing and it won't stop, you can't get the water shut off, there's many reasons you're going to call a plumber and need a plumber, and you'll be grateful when you have a professional in your house making repairs. But there's a few things that you can do at home on your own with just a few cheap parts from the local hardware store or whatever's closer to you. And one of those things is toilet repair, which we're going to go over today. If you have a toilet that's running, or if it's just not flushing right, you have to flush it a couple of times to get it to get a good flush. There's basically two parts that you can repair that would correct most problems that you have. And one of those parts is the toilet flapper, which Corky brand is what I use. The next part that you'll need is a Fluid Master fill valve. The Pro 45 isn't necessary, it's just what I happen to buy at the time, but I buy the regular, just a regular style Fluid Master fill valves, and both of these parts you can get for $20 or somewhere in the ballpark of that. First thing that you're going to do is turn off the water to the toilet, and you'll find down underneath there'll be an angle stop either coming out of the wall or out of the floor. In this case it's the floor, and mine's just a quarter turn, so we'll turn that off and then flush it. I like to hold the flapper up and get all of the water out that we can. Okay, so once you've drained the water out of the toilet tank, now we're going to remove the old parts in order to put the new parts in. You'll see the fill valve that's in here and the flapper, these are standard. These came with the toilet. So if you reach down in here, your flapper is mounted to what's called the flush valve, and it just pops off right there on the bottom easily. You can pull it out and then remove this hook. Most bathrooms have a little trash can sitting right there that I like to drop it right into. You can tell once you remove the flapper, if you reach down in your tank and you touch it, especially if you have the black rubber type, you touch it and the black stuff comes off, then that is clearly your problem. Once you get your pliers set right, you start to disconnect this nut to make sure you're going the right way, because if you go the wrong way, you very well may possibly crack your tank, and then you're going to be calling me to come and replace your toilet, and that's more expensive. So once you've gotten it loose with your hand, so you'll have this that comes in the package. You're going to remove the center part. You're not going to use that. That's for the water line if you had a different style supply. And you're going to put it on here, get it set all the way down in there, and you want to have this ready to be able to grab with your right hand, very close to you. Make sure it's hot, that'll come down. Okay? So once you've got the nut hand loose to where you can take it off with your hand, go ahead and finish removing it and push down on the old fill valve that's in there. Go ahead and remove the whole nut. There's a gasket up there too. If you want to peel off, sometimes those get stuck and you'll have to push up to get it off. But once you do that, you want to take the ball of your hand and put it up underneath. Put it up underneath, pushing against this, okay? And then what you're going to do is push up with that, so that if you look into the top of the tank there, my hand is sealing it. So all of this water isn't rushing down onto the floor. And then you take the new one and you push it through the hole, push down, and there you go. Now you've got that water in there. You don't have to worry about cleaning up half a gallon of water on the floor. And then you have your nut ready to go. Oh, that's the old. I'm going to throw away that. You have the new nut ready to go. You start to tighten it on there. Tighten it by hand. A lot of times with these Fluid Masters, they have tabs. You can do it with your hand, and that's good. Done. Now, if you look in the tank here, they have this little sleeve. You just want to remove that. Discard it, because you're going to use this new little device. And then slide it onto the fill valve, like so that the water is going to be shooting in there. And then I like to take these and trim them off a little bit. Some guys don't. And then you can usually take your pliers and just find your line and then go like that. And a lot of times you can just break that right off with your pliers. It is that. Okay, then you're good. So you installed the fill valve. We're going to go ahead and reconnect the water line. If you have a steel braided water line, you're in good shape. So just plug it into the bottom of the fill valve there. Tighten it up. And again, most of the time you can do this with your hand, just hand tighten it. I mean, you know, as tight as you can with your hand, but just because it's a water supply, I like to do that and then take my pliers and get a little snug. Just a little snug. And that's it. And we're not going to turn the water back on yet. So we're going to take the old valve, put it right there, discard that. So now we've got our flapper, we're going to open it up. Usually, sometimes the little clip is loose in here, so you want to open this up a little carefully. Because if the clip pops out and goes down into there, then that's no good. You got to take the tank off to retrieve it. Or you can just open it away from the toilet, but I like to roll a little on the dangerous side. So we're going to take the flapper, and you'll see the holes here. It's very self-explanatory. Just come down in here, pop it right on, and then the other side, and that's that. And then take this clip here. You can set the chain aside, that's fine. Take this clip here, and I like to get this clip as close to center of the flapper as you can. There's usually a few selections on this handle here of what you're going to use. And so you pop the clip on there. What I do is take this chain, hold it at the very tippy top, and then I let the flapper down. I make sure the flapper is fully sitting down on the fill valve. And then I hold, oh, this is going to be fully extended here. And then I hold the chain up to here, and I select the link that is going to be the tightest that it can be without lifting the flapper. Because if you lift the flapper, it's going to just continue to run. It's not going to work. So it looks like in this case it's a very top link, which makes it easy. If it's in the middle, I just put my finger there and I remember which link, and I pop it right on here. And then close up the clip. You definitely want to close that because the chain will pop off sometimes. And so when you have your chain like that, as tight as you can get it without it lifting it, then you just get a better flush when you hit the handle, and you'll see in a second. So now we're going to turn the water back on, and it's going to fill up. We'll sit there and wait. Maybe a minute, I don't know, but it's still turning. Watching a video. Okay, so the toilet tank is full now, and if you look in here, you'll see that the water is a little bit high, so we're going to need to adjust the fill valve. And to do that, you can use your screwdriver. Flathead or Phillips works in this case. Some of them are only flat. I like to use Phillips when I can. And if you put your finger under here and adjust to the right, clockwise, then that's going to raise the water level. So we want to take it counterclockwise. We'll try 4 clicks, see what happens. And now we're going to let a little bit of water out of the tank just by lifting the flapper. And then we're going to see where it shuts off this time. And you want to let it work all by itself. Don't stop it with your hand. And it's still a little high, so we're going to take a couple more clicks. 3. That's a few. Okay, we'll let it go. Always let it turn off by itself because you want it to work when you're not there. Okay, and that's maybe we'll take it a couple more. It's a little high, higher than I like. So that's about good. We got a little over 1/8 of an inch from the top of the water to the top of the flush valve, and so that's it. Toilet's fixed. You can flush it, and you should get a good flush. Everything's good. And then you're the big hero. You can go tell your wife all those plumbers are overpaid. Anybody can do this stuff. Have a good day.